Remember to hit that notification button so you can stay up to date with our latest videos. Enjoy! What is up, guys? It's your boy Victor with Thank You Gaming, bringing you another MLB The Show 18 video. We are talking roster predictions, and guys, I have an amazing list, a couple of goals that I think are going to be diamonds, and let's just get right to it. So this is a different way that I'm doing things nowadays. I kind of actually put them in my lineup so you guys can just see them. But let's get right to it, guys. The first player, let me go here because I want to highlight this, guys. The first player I'm going to talk about is Aaron Nola. I keep mentioning him. He's the best starting pitcher for the Phillies. He's only +2 away for being a diamond. And if we look at his stat line, he's 10-2 with a 2.48 ERA, 107 strikeouts, and a 1.01 WHIP. The hit per nine needs to go up. The clutch needs to go up, and he's just having a solid year. And I feel like a +2 is not out of the question. So that's a diamond in my opinion. Next up, we got Jon Lester, and this guy has been lights out. He was Player of the Week, rightfully so. 7-0 in the last 7 starts. This guy has just been lights out. Jon Lester. He's a proven pitcher. He's shown it in the past. So a +4. Hey, listen, you never know. That could be definitely within range. He's 11-2 with a 2.25 ERA and a 1.15 WHIP. But in the week, he's 7-0 in 7 starts with a 2.09 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP. And he has 31 strikeouts. So, again, he's only allowed in 43 innings only 10 runs. So, maybe he gets +2, +3. Maybe they jump him as a diamond. Who knows? But he's definitely gonna get upgraded. I don't see why not. So Jon Lester, +2, +3. If you need an arm in your rotation, it's definitely one that you should get. So moving on, guys, we're gonna move to the relievers, and Jordan Hicks, guys. I mean, when they did the last roster update, I was kind of upset because they upgraded some people that weren't really doing that well. And Jordan Hicks and Juan Soto came into the scene, but I think they came in a little bit low. At first, I thought Hicks was having a bad year, and you know the only good thing about him is that velocity that you guys see right there. But he's actually 3-1 with a 2.53 ERA in 42 innings, 35 strikeouts, and a 1.10 WHIP. The whip's a little bit high, but I think that he definitely needs to go up. He's having a great year so far, coming off the bullpen for the Cardinals. So I say a +5. Jordan Hicks needs to be a silver. If we remember Ronald Acuna, when he came up, he was a silver, and he's really not up to par. Then again, it's because of speed, but I feel like this card should be silver. So I'm gonna say a +5 is definitely not out of the question for Jordan Hicks. So let's just move on. Now, Edwin Diaz, he's the reliever, the number 1 in saves. I'm Puerto Rican. I love Edwin Diaz, but you know, I was on the fence about him. I was like, you know, he had a apologize. He had a great start. He kind of had a little cold spell, but he's back at it. And to be completely honest with you guys, Edwin Diaz, best reliever in best closer in baseball according to the stats. He's 2.45 ERA, 71 strikeouts over 44 innings pitched. Nobody can touch him. So that WHIP is .86. That hit per nine needs to go up. If they did it to Hader, they can do it to Diaz. That hit per nine needs to go up, and the clutch needs to go up as well because he is lights out. And again, in the last 15 days, 15 games, 13 saves, 1.76 ERA. He just definitely lights out and needs to get upgraded. Now, I don't know if they're gonna put him as a diamond, but maybe a +3. Get him right there, as a diamond. But definitely an upgrade. He's definitely gonna be upgraded. He should. Best closer in baseball. So moving on, guys. Now here's my bench. Couple of guys that I won't talk about. We're not in the main event yet when it comes to the hitters. So I want to talk about real quick about Jesse Winker. Now, the Reds have a very interesting lineup. Ooh, they got pop all over the place, and this is one of the guys that kind of struck me. I feel like he could be a budget type of player. To eventually invest in. He's definitely not going for much, and if he goes +5, close to a silver, that will help. But he's batting .270, 6 home runs and 33 RBIs. But the last 7 games is batting. The last month, this month alone, he's batting .300, 6 home runs, with 22 RBIs. So just this month, he has those 6 home runs. So he is. This stats are not do not include this month. So I think his power definitely needs to go up. As you see here, maybe a +5. I don't see another question make him a 72. But Winker is definitely having a good year. The Reds are I don't see them going anywhere, so they're giving people playing time. So I mean, I think his power definitely needs to go up, and then his average against righties, more up than that. So I see him going maybe a +3, +5. I just wanted to talk to you guys about him. He's an interesting choice. If he goes up against righties, that would be pretty awesome. But let's move on, guys. Next up, Ozzie Albies. My goodness, he is .1 away for being gold, and I don't know why they don't do it. So I truly believe Albies will get upgraded. He had a little cold spell, but this guy continues to rake. .275, 17 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. So that stealing needs to go a little bit. He steals bases. He's batting .515 the last 7 games, guys, with unbelievable. And we're going to look at the month. He's batting .286, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. So Ozzie Albies already has a player of the month. So I don't think they're going to do that. But that .1 definitely should come in his way. And if we look at his stats real quick, against righties, his power, 12 home runs against righties. 12. Guys, 12. That power against righties definitely needs to go up. Definitely needs to go up. And then if we look at the average, he's batting .262 against righties. So that 56 should be in the 60s already. He's improved immensely against righties. And lefties, .307. I think that's right what it's supposed to be at. But Ozzie Albies definitely gets upgraded, guys. Definitely becomes a gold. And hopefully SDS, San Diego Studios, gets it right. So moving on. This guy. I was looking at this guy's numbers. He doesn't have defense. I think his hitting numbers are where they should be. But I was thinking about how JD Martinez became, I'm not comparing Aguilar to Martinez, but how he was able to finally break that threshold between gold and diamond based on the 125 stats. The 3 years also came into play. But, I mean, this guy's just having a breakout year, hands down. 309, 19 home runs, 54 RBIs. And if you look at the splits, I want to look at the home runs. Home runs against righties, I think that 80 should be in the 90s. He's batting 15 home runs against right-hander pitchers. Only 4 against lefties, so that 72 either stays there or goes down. But definitely against righties, that goes up. And then if we look at the average real quick. Look at the average against lefties, 320. Against lefties, the average is 326. So 82 is fine. But here's the kicker, guys. 305 against righties. That 67 needs to be at least 78, 79. And I feel like there's a lot of room up for improvement with Aguilar. And I think that he definitely should get upgraded. Maybe a +3, get him right there close to gold. And if they're bold, if San Diego is bold, they put him a +5 and he becomes a gold. But Aguilar, the best hitter Milwaukee has, one of the top hitters in the National Leagues. And I think he gets upgraded as well, guys. So moving on, let's start this off, guys. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. I want you guys to understand. I'm really excited about this. So let's start with Juan Soto. Now, same thing with Jordan Hicks. Soto has been taking the league by storm. He's batting .310, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs. Just by saying that, those stats that we're looking at right here, that bronze, that doesn't look like a player that is batting .310, 8 home runs, and 21 RBIs. He definitely at least needs to be silver. And if we look at his splits real quick, guys, we want to look at the home runs. And against lefties and righties, his home runs are the same. So he hits lefties and righties with his home runs. So I feel like in his small sample, unless they go crazy and they bring a player of the month card, I doubt it. I believe that his power needs to be higher than, maybe both of them needs to be in the high 60s, because he's shown that he can hit bombs against righties and lefties. And his average, oh my goodness, guys. I mean, I know it's a small sample, but I mean, I continue to go back to Ronald Acuna. He barely was in the league, and then they put his car there, and he was automatically 75, 76. I know he was a silver. And he hasn't done as nearly the same as Juan Soto. And Juan Soto kind of was late into coming into the game. I guess they were trying to get his rights to bring him in the game. But he's batting .351 against lefties. That alone, against lefties, he's a left-hander batter, and he sees lefties. Great. That 61 needs to go up. And that against righties, .292. So the contact needs to be in the 80s, in my opinion. And then the power's in the 60s. And then we go from there. But Juan Soto is having a year, and he definitely needs to be a silver. I doubt they're going to bring a player of the month. They could. He's batting .308, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs in the month of June. So who knows? Maybe they do bring a player of the month that is gold, but he needs to be silver. Moving on, guys. Nick Markakis, my goodness. Nobody talks about Markakis just because it's Markakis. We don't believe it. He always starts out hot, then becomes gold. Not gold. Well, that's what I want him to become, but he becomes cold. But he's batting .323, 9 home runs, 56 RBIs. 56 RBIs. Nick Markakis is having a resurgence with the Braves, a team that is a surprise to everybody, but they do have the young talent, and they're definitely showing it. So against righties, he has 6 home runs. That 45 needs to be at least in the 60s. If you're going to have Juan Soto have a 62 against lefties with 4 home runs, 6 home runs against righties, Markakis definitely needs to go up. And then when we look at the average, I mean, he's batting .342 against lefties, .313 against righties. So that lefty needs to go up, and that thing righties are where they should be. So his contact needs to go up, his power against righties needs to go up, and I mean, everything else is amazing. You add the defense, a very, very playable gold player, and Nick Markakis becomes a gold. I don't know what they're waiting for. He's proven in previous years that he can definitely, when he was with Baltimore, that he could do what he's doing right now. So he's not cooling off, and he's having a great year. Nick Markakis becomes gold. Moving on, guys. Nicholas, well known as Nick Castellanos. Now, another guy that I was looking at, I'm like, maybe not, maybe. He's 2 points away from being a gold, but .310, 13 home runs, 53 RBIs. That is amazing. In a team that really doesn't get the buzz, or really a team that lost Miggy Cabrera, a team that nobody talks about, he is definitely standing out. And it's tough because nobody watches the Detroit Tigers unless you're a Detroit Tiger fan. But we go. He has 9 home runs against righties. 9 home runs against righties, guys. At 51, what is it doing there? That needs to go up. He rakes against righties. And then if we look at the average, guys, oh my goodness. Average, it's small sample, but .430 against lefties, so that's where it should be. And .272 against righties. So the change that I see here is definitely needs to, the power needs to go up. The power needs to go up. And of course, that contact against righties a little bit needs to go up as well. And I'm looking real quick here. Yeah. So definitely, Nick Castellanos, like you have it right there, plus 15. That's because they're facing the Blue Jays. They're facing a rookie left-hander today, but as when I'm making the video, but a +2 is not out of the question. I feel like this roster update, they didn't do much last roster update, and this roster update there's gonna be a lot of players updated. So Nick Castellanos becomes gold. Moving on, guys. Wilson Ramos, the best catcher in the American League, if not the best catcher in the whole league this year at least. He's having a great year with the Rays. I mean, he's shown glimpses of greatness even when he was with the Nationals before he got hurt. Now with the Rays, he's batting 290, 11 home runs, 43 RBIs. He's batting, but his, in the last 15 games, 326 with 3 home runs. And we look at the splits, I feel like he definitely needs to go up. +2 maybe, a +1, who knows? But 7 home runs against righties. That power against righties needs to go up. And then we look at the average. He's batting 320 against lefties, so that should be in the 80s. And then he's batting 278 against righties. That needs to be in the 70s. So those stats needs to go up. I think he's a better fielder that they give him credit for. So that fielding maybe goes up a little bit. Who knows? But just in the hitting stats alone, he definitely needs to get upgraded. So that's a +2 right there. Moving on, my favorite player, guys, Javier Baez. This guy does it all. Player of the week. And he's just having, I mean, with Chris Bryant out, he's taking that offense on his shoulders, and definitely having an amazing year. And the fact that he's that defense right there, that you can put him in third, second, shortstop, or center field, becomes a great player if you don't have a better player in that position to play him, or a bat up the bench. But he's batting 290, 16 home runs, 61 RBIs, 13 stolen bases. So that stealing needs to go up. His speed needs to go up. This guy is I feel like this is one of the players that will have one of the Player of the Month cards, but a +3, definitely not out of the questions. We don't know what position he plays, but he's definitely one of the best, if not the best, utility player out there. But he holds his own defensively and hitting. He's in the month he was batting. We're gonna go look at that real quick, guys. The month of June. Let's look at June, guys. I can't find it, but if we look at the splits real quick. All right, splits against righties, 12 home runs, so that definitely needs to go up. And then average-wise, against lefties, that might go down, but he's batting 297 against righties, so that definitely goes up. Now, it's difficult to put in stats-wise how great this guy is, but he is faster than 71, definitely with 13 stolen bases, 30 steal is not there. So I say they upgrade him +1, +2. But I'm leaning more into the Player of the Month card for him. But Javier Baez definitely needs to get upgraded. I don't see why not. He does everything well, and I don't see why not. He's just a beast. He's definitely having a great year. So Javi Baez, the magician, definitely needs to get upgraded. Maybe a +2, +3. I don't see him a diamond, but maybe a +2, +3 is definitely out of the questions. Those stats need to be, that clutch needs to go up. Those stats definitely needs to be retooled and changed to make him look Javi Baez like. So moving on. Oh my goodness, Mr. Clutch. That's not his nickname, but definitely it should be. Alex Bregman. That defense stellar, but we're gonna talk about his bat. This guy definitely taking his 6 feet tall, baseball standards that is short, and this guy is just a man on a mission. Now, don't get fooled by his numbers. 277, 16 home runs, 53 RBIs. Average is kind of low, but 16 home runs and 53 RBIs, 8 stolen bases. He's Player of the Week and Player of the Month. So this card for sure is going to be a Player of the Month card. I'm going to even go and say he's going to be Diamond Player of the Month, and he's going to be the final reward that you're going to get as Bregman. Just because the month of June was ridiculous for him. Month of June, I'm going to give you guys a number. 11 home runs, 30 RBIs, batted 306, and batted 306. So 306, 11 home runs, 30 RBIs. If we go back to his, so 11 out of the 16 home runs came in the month of June. He's heating up, and if you look at his splits real quick, look at the home runs. 10 against righties, so that righty power needs to go up, and I seen it. He went again against a pitcher against the Blue Jays. Tapera, I think is the pitcher. He throws gas. He threw him 2 fastballs up and in. He swung and missed. On the 3rd pitch, he hit a bomb to win the game. So this guy's clutch should be in the 90s because he's right now the most clutch player Houston has. But if they do +1, +2 in clutch, I'm okay with. But definitely power against righties. And if we look at the average, 268 against righties. So that's right about where it is. 290 against lefties. So a lefty maybe goes up. So I see this player. His power is a power hitter against righties. It's a contact hitter against lefties. Clutch definitely needs to go up. 32 steal might go up a little bit. So this guy, I want him to be a +3 because I think if you put up that power and that contact against lefties and maybe a little bit contact against righties, and the fact that he's Player of the Month, Player of the Week, this guy has potential, and he's becoming a crazy offensive player. So if it's not now, he's gonna become Diamond eventually, but he's probably gonna be Player of the Month, and they probably do a +1, +2 on him. So moving on. We got my boy Andrelton Simmons, and he's probably wondering the same thing as I am. Why am I not Diamond yet? I'm +1 away, and he's batting 319, 5 home runs, 38 RBI. So we know the power is not going to be the deciding factor. His defense is there. Stolen base 5, that's really not going to do much. But this guy in the last 7 games is batting 423. And we need to reflect that in his hitting. You're probably thinking, well, he has that 81 against righties. That's probably where he's getting all his stuff from. So let's look at it, guys. Let's look at it real quick. Against righties, yeah, he's batting 317. That 81, no, yeah, that's very, very accurate. But guys, come on, 324 against lefties. Why is his lefty 64? That definitely needs to go up to the 80s as well. And that is what gives them an 85. So I'm looking at the shortstops. And there's a lot of shortstops out there. I'm going to talk about another one. There are great defense and great hitting. If you have Crawford from the Giants, he has that contact. I think he also might get upgraded. But I looked at his stats. It's probably not. They upgraded him twice back-to-back. I don't think they're going to do 3 upgrades in a row. But imagine having him and Simmons in your defense, in your lineup, contact, stellar defense. But Andrelton Simmons, man, what are they doing with him? Against lefties, he's batting 320 something. That needs to go up, and that gives him a +1. He becomes a diamond. He needs to become a diamond. So Bregman and Simmons are in the diamond watch, and Simmons is slightly ahead. So let's see what they do. And finally, guys, we're going to talk about my boy Francisco Lindor, Mr. Smile. And this guy is interesting to say, he's having a breakout year himself. He is, that +12 right there, that gives him a +2 maybe. Now, if we look at the shortstops out there, we got Manny Machado, we got Correa, which he's hurt. But I feel like Francisco Lindor brings everything. Speed, power, 5 tools, guys. Defense, speed, power, contact. And a heck of an arm that is not shown here, but that needs to go up because he has an arm. But we're going to focus on his hitting, guys. And I think Francisco Lindor becomes 88, even 89. He's batting 296, 21 home runs, 48 RBIs, and 10 stolen bases. 10 stolen bases. Like Javi Baez, that stealing needs to go up because he steals bases. The reason he doesn't have more is because he hits a lot of doubles and he hits home runs. So that's why this power needs to go up. His clutch needs to go up. And if we look at the splits real quick, just to kind of close this roster predictions with, he's batting. He has 16 home runs against righties. So that plus 12 against righties, I see that happening. His righty power needs to go up. He only has 5 against lefties, so that 69 could stay there against lefties. And he's batting 379 against lefties, so that's right where it should be. Now the only thing is 263 against righties. So he's a power hitter against righties and a contact hitter against lefties. And he's a switch hitter with an amazing defense. That steal needs to go up. That speed needs to go up. So he becomes a +2, +3. You know, he's going to be the second best shortstop alongside Manny Machado. So the reason I put him is because he's definitely going to get upgraded, guys. I see people just selling him and kind of forgetting about him just because there are better shortstops out there, quote unquote. But having a switch hitter shortstop that can hit for power, hit for contact, best defense out there, has speed, can steal the bases, it's definitely a player to have. So Francisco Lindor, definitely going to get upgraded, in my opinion. He's already a diamond, but I wanted to bring him anyway. So that's all I have for the roster prediction, guys. Again, they're my predictions. This is, I watch the game, I see things. I'm trying to wrap my head around how San Diego Studios do their upgrade system. You know, in the past it's been, if they've been good in 3 years, they'll get upgraded. But then, players like Trevor Story get upgraded, and Josh Hader gets upgraded, Ohtani gets upgraded, and those are players that have not proven. One is a 2-year guy, the other guy's a rookie, and Trevor Story's 3rd year. He really hasn't proven to be that great of a player until this year, and they get upgraded. So I'm sure and then with the 125 system, there's more to it than just 3 years, or they're just doing really good this year. So these are just my predictions, just giving you guys that out there. And Javier Baez, player of the month, +2, +3. But Alex Bregman is going to be the story of this roster update. Definitely is going to have a player of the month card, and I think he's going to be a +3 as well. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to our channel. Tell me who you guys think should get upgraded. What you guys think, let me know. I always love the feedback from our fans. Follow us on Twitter. Go follow us on Twitch. And this is your boy Victor. It ain't out. Deuces. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Now head over to teespring.com/thankyougamingyou to check out our new collection of TYG shirts. If you go now, right now, after this video, and you put TYG free, you will get free shipping. Or if you want to save 10% off, of course, you put TYG 10. Support us. I hope you enjoyed the shirts, and for more options, stay tuned. Deuces.